What up, y'all? You know what it is. Your boy, Big Boosie. I'm back. I'm back, man. Doing the things I like to do, you know. Um, like I was saying in the follow-up joints, I've been switching up sets here and there, you know. Been doing little things off. I don't want to say it. Out in the field, hitting up the city, doing a little couple episodes and all that, you know, showing how Puff wasn't the reason for that that trampling that when people got trampled at City College. If y'all didn't see that, make sure y'all go check that. Make sure y'all hit me up too, man, at the real Big Boosie on Instagram. My I am Big Boosie got hacked for some reason. I don't know. But it is what it is. We ain't crying over spilled milk. We still build from the bottom. What they always say, if you got it once, you get it again. And that's what I'm all about. But I want to shout out to my friends, man, my family, my brothers, my sisters, man. Miss Tish, B Pipe, Ricky Dool, Marv, Mugga, my brother Double, my brother Ant, Jazz, who else, man? Making sure I ain't forgetting nobody, man. I know I said my brother Pike, my brother Jay Black, my brother Maine. A lot of, you know, you don't know who your friends are till you go through something. And you know, the few names that I named, and there's still a few of my friends that I didn't name, and they still there for me, and I know it. So don't think that I forgot about y'all as well. But, you know, just went through a little dilemma, small thing to a giant. I'm gonna get through it. It is what it is. But I'll speak about that later in another episode. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to just show y'all what real men do and how real men stand up. And especially when you got a support system holding you down when you think you're down. That's very important. A lot of people lose focus of that. A lot of people will disappear on you when you're going through things. And, I guess they wait till the smoke cleared, they come back around or whatever. But, you know, real friends is there when it's still, the smoke's still burning and smoking. And they there to pull you out that fire, man. My brother Waleed, Coyote, been hitting me up. But yeah, I'm been chilling, getting my thought process together to attack all situations that come my way. Because this ain't nothing new to me. I move accordingly. And like I said, I got my friends, my brothers, my sisters, like family. They jumped off a roof and made sure that they came and held me down. And for that, I want to shout them out and tell them, you know, that I love all y'all. And with us sticking together, we never can lose. My brother D-Boss, I was just saying his name and he just called me. He got the restaurant, the seafood spots up in Harlem. Y'all about to see some real crazy, powerful magic. Congratulations, D. I love you. He was one of the first jumped off the roof for me. And now we just got good news, man. Got the restaurant and we turning up. We coming to Charlotte with the restaurants too. He just gave me the indication, gave me the word, find these spots, and this is what we do. And we gonna come to Charlotte, bring the seafood joints down there with the liquor, you know, a little lounge for people to come have a good time and chill. Grown men, grown women things is what it's all about. And you know, we love Charlotte. Charlotte is kind of like one of my second homes because I used to live down there and right in Charlotte and right outside of Charlotte in a little town, Alpo way back in the days. got a rep for Albemarle because I got a lot of love, a lot of good friends down there as well. So yeah, man, God is good. I can't complain. I'm going to stay smiling. I'm going to stay sucker free. And even though sometimes you stay sucker free, something always seems to find you and get in your circumference for some reason. I can't understand it for the life of me how that happens. But like everybody say, man, it happens. Even when you stand out the way. It's like chess. If anybody know about chess, it's that horse. That horse. You think you somewhere chilling, and that horse come and make that little left or make that little right, that L shape, the move on the board and knock you right off the board, man. And you looking like, well, how? Why? I wasn't even this. I wasn't even that. Like, it's crazy. But, you know, and my brother Unique called, checked on me today. Yo, it's crazy, but it is what it is, man. But I was sitting back just chilling, watching YouTube, because I like to, you know, see the content people putting up and stuff like that, and things that can make Street Knowledge Podcast better. And make sure y'all hit me up on my Cash App, man. For real, my Cash App. You know, the money sign Bernard Riggin, Riggin, man. Y'all, you know, bless me so I could stay keeping this good insight coming when you're bored. You could pop on Street Knowledge Podcast and y'all can hear me chop it up with y'all or for y'all, however it may go. But it's been a big thing going on about the Paid in Full 2. The movie. Everybody thinks it's a movie, but it's not a movie. It's not going to be a movie. It's going to be a series like Power. So let's get that clear first. So I was sitting back watching, I was scrolling through the YouTube and I seen Brian Gibbs is his name. And he was making reference to the Math Hoffa with Damon Dash up there, and Math asked Dame about something about Alpo. And Dame said immediately, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about him. And the Brian Gibbs guy was saying something about, I didn't really know how to take it if he was like saying Dame was scared to mention Alpo about anything or whatever, but he was saying, why would he don't want to say nothing about it in the interview? And when Math had asked him about Alpo, and he said that Dame in the past always spoke about Alpo, and he was going to do the story pertaining to Alpo, and how could you do that, the Pay the Full story when Alpo passed away. But he said when he went to jail, he going to come home and still be the king in the movie. And then now that he's passed away, what could it be about or whatever? So I really didn't understand it, but I do want to let him know one reason why Dame ain't really wanting to speak on Alpo, because one, like he said, the guy, Alpo's not here to speak for himself, so he don't want to do that. So that's just him being respectful. Second of all, when people say things about people on this internet, other people get it twisted, and you know, Alpo still got family out here, friends and stuff like that. So other people will get it twisted and say that, oh, yo, you heard how so-and-so said this about this and said this about that. And then it'll be a whole bunch of controversy that he said something that was out of order or disrespectful towards Poe. So that's just him being real and saying, I don't want to speak about it, just for probably a whole bunch of other reasons. So I ain't understanding why the, Brian Gibbs guy was making a point of that. I don't know. And no disrespect to him. I'm just kind of letting him know why Dame wouldn't have spoke on it. And to some of his people that was in the comments, speaking about why Dame wouldn't have said nothing as well. But a lot of other people spoke up, spoke highly about what Dame was talking about. And then you had some of them in there talking about why Dame doing all these interviews and promoting, and really he ain't promoting nothing. He should fall back and just chill and be missed. Well, if you know Dame, you haven't seen him on a lot of podcasts. You ain't seen him running around, but you seeing him running around now because the answer to that question, he is promoting something. He's promoting his wife's book, which was made about their son. He's going to schools. He's speaking to senators. He's letting y'all know. See, y'all forgetting the big point of the man trying to explain to y'all how he's going to schools, how he went to the prisons and seen people in there looking and doing bad. And he don't like that. And his main objective is to do something right and something positive about it and speak to y'all so y'all can listen and want to team up or even put yourself in his shoes and do your own thing and help people in prison and you know, stuff like that. So he was promoting something. Everywhere he go, he's promoting something. And if y'all was paying attention, he's promoting his new movie that's in theaters right now. So pay attention, man, before y'all make crazy comments and trying to downplay what somebody doing. Nobody got time to sit in nobody's chair interviewing and being interviewed and don't really have nothing to promote or talk about. So pay attention when you're watching something. How you let that go over your head that he wasn't promoting nothing. And not only that, he's also giving you a jewel of stuff about people in the street. You see, he had his homeboys with him, Daniel, and he had Lou Sims, and these is guys that used to be out there in the streets when the streets was the streets. And what he also is saying is, look at them. Now, you got Lou, I think he said he was painting. He paints now. He wrote books. Those are accomplishments that y'all young boys and young women need to hear that's coming from a brother that went and did 20, 30 years. So pay attention to the message. That's what it's all about. Nobody's just sitting up there just having a conversation with somebody. It don't make sense. And he barely spoke about the Rockefeller stuff. He really don't like talking about that a lot either, because there's new things that's going on. And I'm only speaking about it because that's my bro, and I want to see the next project be successful. And I want to enlighten y'all on things. Don't downplay everything, because everything is not to be downplayed. It's not to speak out and try to make a person look like they don't know what they talking about, or they just talking too much, because that's not what it is. Anytime somebody get in front of that camera, it's a purpose. Meaning, my friends, so I don't know about any or everybody else, but we get on these cameras, it's a purpose. So now I want to get back to what I was saying about the Brian Gibbs guy. And I'm not saying nothing in no disrespectful manner, because that's not what this platform is about. This platform is about building, showing structure, showing leadership, showing y'all young cats how to move out there. So I just want to enlighten him about it. But so Paid in Full 2, like I said, it's not going to be a movie. Dame do not want to touch the classic of Paid in Full, the first one. Now people have questions about what could it possibly be about. So like Dame have said in the past, we're going to have some parts of stories of Lou Sims in there, which Lou is from Harlem. And he's in the era after, you know, the Rich Porters and all that was making some noise in them streets. And that type of side is, or should be told, so y'all young cats could see how they was living back then and how they living now and change their life. So you're going to learn a lot in the Paid in Full too. Now, also, we can't dwell on the AZ, Alpo, Rich Porters and all that, because really that Paid in Full era, A just wrote parts of him and Richport and Alpo life, and just gave y'all stories. But if he was to really sit back and put some other things together, he'll have a whole bunch of other stories for y'all with a whole bunch of other guys like people was mentioning. They would want to hear about Craigo, L.A., Doo-Wop. So it's other guys that come after L.A., Doo-Wop, and Craigo and them. But those was kind of like A said, those was the first ones to really start that at a young age, getting money that influenced A. So once it influenced AZ, then now you see the Paid in Full came about. But yes, it would be good stories to do those L.A. Doo-Wop and Craigo movies, or maybe even episodes, because them guys move real strategically, and a lot of things and a lot of people learned a lot of things from them coming up, which changed the game into a bunch of other things as well. So, but as I was saying, it's still other people out there that come up in that Paid in Full era in them 80s that was getting a lot of money as well and doing a lot of things that was kind of fascinating. So, you know, what Dame is doing, he's going to take stories from people like my brother Jay Black, myself, Gangsta Lou. Now, when you're doing a series like that, you got to sit down with Gangsta Lou and get some of his stories and knowledge and all that about what he was doing and the mix to that. And trust me, very interesting. Very interesting. Because I grew up with AZ and Gangsta Lou and all of them. That's who I used to run with. Those are my big brothers. So I know that they got some real other stories that can entertain the audience for Paid in Full too. So meaning, y'all gotta understand, this is a it's a series. So with a series, it's gonna make it better. It's gonna make it longer. So y'all really get the feel. You can't, just one movie only gonna be able to tell you a few things. But now you get a series, and a series can break down a bunch of different other crews. And like people were saying in Brian Gibbs' comments, that some stuff wasn't told about in DC. So DC definitely gotta have some parts up in this Paid in Full too. So, you know, and I'm sure Dame gonna, you know, get his writers to elaborate on that. That gotta go in there, because that was part of the history from Alpo going down there and teaming up with certain guys down there and putting the murder game down there and all that. And then DC, them boys was getting big money back then, so a lot of fly stuff was going on. A lot of fly big boy stuff was going on in DC, so that's going to make it very entertaining as well. So there's a lot to talk about for Paid in Full too, the series, and it's going to make it longer. And you got to look at it like how 50 doing, you know, Power. He got two different styles of Power, and then he got when they went to other state, when Tommy went to another state, and you know, spinoffs and stuff like that. And that's how this Paid in Full series going to be. Spinoffs going to other states. Bringing that Harlem essence, bringing that Brooklyn, that New York essence, and all of it's mixed together. It's going to show you. So, you know, that's what's going to happen. So, you know, the part about what Dame was saying, I guess they quoted him on something about how it's going to be filmed in Newark. It's probably going to start there in Newark, because Newark still look like New York. The new New York, kind of a lot of that stuff kind of has been gentrified, and certain places we won't be able to shoot and make it look like New York. Y'all got to understand this. Paid in Full 1 was shot in Canada. The majority of it, only a little bit, was shot in Harlem. My scene with Cameron and Makai. I mean, not Makai, Wood Harris, excuse me. Then there was another scene when Cameron yoked the boy and the dude that pulled him out the car and stripped him and made him run up the street. That was done in Harlem. Then the garage scene when the cars was coming out, when Ace started getting a lot of money, that was filmed in Harlem. And where else? But a lot of the majority of the movie was over there for like 3 months shooting in Canada. So when he said he's gonna do it in Newark, it's just for the purpose of location and the looks of things. So that's it. But it's gonna be a lot of other things involved. So I really want to say who my pick is will Pay the Fool 2 should be about as well in a whole soul-hearted manner is, and I'm not saying it because he's my bro. I'm saying it because it's facts. But Unique Mega Audio. And I say that to say, when A and them stopped and, you know, Rich got killed, Alpo went to jail, Unique Mega Audio came through Harlem with a hurricane. He did it even bigger than Rich and all them was doing. He used to buy cars to match the outfit that he wear. Pay attention to that. 20 cars at one time. A car here, the garage here, a car up there, the garage there. We go in the garage in one car, come back out in another. You still think we was in that car you seen go in the garage? No. Might jump in the cab and take it straight to the garage and jump in the car. Y'all thinking that we still in the cab. And if you check his record, you'll notice the amount of work that was on his paperwork when he got locked up. And how much work he was sending down the way. The VA back then, which he got locked up for. So those are very interesting stories from a real person that was in Harlem really doing it after the AZ and Alpo and them. And then amongst around all of that, then you're going to get all your, you know, your other stories with other guys that was doing fascinating things too. Because like I said, it was other guys doing it as well, just as Unique was doing it. So it just will have to be told strategically, make it very interesting, and then guess what? We'll probably have 2, 3, 4 seasons. And then y'all will get to see all the real Harlem history that everybody still talks about right now to this day. And it'll be a message in there as well for everybody to pay attention to, man. So y'all get ready. I'm excited too. But, you know, everything's still in the air. You know, I know for a fact Dame still is in the research part of it. You know, want to interview a lot of guys that been a part of that era that have a lot of good stories, so he can get with his writers and compare notes and just put things together. So it's still in the phase of happening. So don't get it twisted. But yeah, Pay the Fool 2 getting ready to make some more new history, the same way Pay the Fool 1 is still making history. So, you know, we can't help it. Our lives was a movie, man. And it is what it is. So, you know, big shouts out to everybody out there to support me, Street Knowledge. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all keep hitting me up. Don't forget the Cash App. $, Bernard Riggin. Hit me up, the real Big Boosie, because they hacked my page. I need all my followers back so I can keep y'all updated with what's going on. I got a lot of big interviews coming up. I'm lining everything up properly, and I'm about to be moving. I got a whole new team that I'm working with to uplift what we doing. And y'all stay tuned, man. You rolling with your boy Big Boosie, man. Ain't no stopping, man. Can't hold a real man down. Even in the storm. I got an umbrella. I got my goggles on. I'm coming through. It's not a game, man. Peace. I'll see y'all in a minute.